Right now on Up with KREM, we're starting the day with a little bit of a smoky haze along the horizon, but as the sun rises, we've got one more day in the 80s before a big temp drop arrives.
And over the weekend, athletes from the inland Northwest balled out in Tokyo. This morning, who made the finals and who won medals?
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, thanks for joining us on Up with KREM. Fire season may have already started this year, but still here.
That's right. Now on your screen, you can see where there will be high fire danger this afternoon from central Washington to here in Spokane. So, Jeremy Legoo, it is up to you, my friend. What is causing all of these conditions?
It's a dry cold front. That's the most meteorological description ever. You're probably going, what?
I know.
Yeah, so we have a cold front moving through. It does what cold fronts do, and it drops our temperatures big time by tomorrow, but it also does what cold fronts do, and it brings a whole lot of wind because we've talked about this before. Remember, in order to get a big swing in temperatures, you get that exchange of an air mass. You need new air to move its way in that is colder. And to get that air to move in, you need wind to bring it. And so that's exactly what winds up happening. Early on this morning, though, look at that. Incredible, but a stark reminder of the smoke and the wildfire danger and the summer we've had thus far. 56 degrees right now here in Spokane. That's not bad if you're asking me. I could deal with 56. I could do that all day long. But we're not at that time of year. We're at the time of year where we still climb. We still watch those temps rise as we head through the day. So you're 48 in Coeur d'Alene or you're 43 in Sandpoint. You'll be warm a little later on as we start to see that sun do what the sun does and warm us up. Moderate in terms of air quality, so we're good right now, but likely trending more toward moderate as we move through the day because of some of that wildfire smoke that's associated with some of this wind. Unfortunately, there's wildfires burning all around us, so when we start to see wind and sinking air before a cold front arrives, well, you wind up getting more wind, but that cold front's going to lift some of the air up into the air and stir it up. So a lot of that smoke stays just overhead. We'll see a little bit of that mixing down. That's why I think we wind up in moderate. We have a red flag warning in place, as Shannon and Tim mentioned. That lasts until 9 p.m. for gusty wind, low relative humidity, and an increased fire danger across much of the inland Northwest. Just know it's dry, it's been dry, it's going to be perfect fire conditions, and that's exactly what we don't want. A little bit of cloud cover early on this morning, but for the most part, it's sunny and staying that way. We go from mid-50s to the low 80s later on today. I think we have a high of 82 degrees here in Spokane, and we likely get close to 80 by noon and stay there until about 5 or 6 p.m.
It is time now for your morning rush. More news in less time.
Over the weekend, a large crowd gathered in Olympia to protest the state's vaccination mandate for state employees, healthcare workers, and teachers. Earlier this month, Governor Jay Inslee announcing that these workers would either need to get vaccinated or lose their jobs. He set the deadline for vaccination for October, and some protesters in the group claimed the loss of workers who do not want to get the vaccine would cripple the state.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I feel grateful because I'm at least an age where I can do that, and it won't be, much as a hardship as someone that has family who has to make that tough decision.
Well, this protest is just one of several the group has planned. The group also preparing for a walkout on September 7th unless the governor reverses his decision.
Durham Bus Services, which partners with Spokane Public Schools to provide school bus services for its students, is facing a $7,000 fine from Washington state regulators. This follows a COVID-19 outbreak among workers. After months of investigating, the Washington Department of Labor and Industries said Durham School Services did not provide a safe workplace. The outbreak among Durham bus drivers and other employees was at its height in February of 2021. During that period, SRHD says one bus attendant died, more than 30 employees contracted COVID-19, and more than 60 were quarantined in less than 1 month.
And Minshew Mania is on the move. Over the weekend, the Jacksonville Jaguars traded former WSU quarterback Gardner Minshew, so he'll be headed to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for a 2022 draft pick. The former Jaguars general manager who drafted Minshew in the 6th round in 2019 now serves as a personnel executive in Philadelphia. That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
The Paralympics are fully underway. Eastern Washington University student Jaylene Roberts is winning big.
My mom never really let my disability define me. It was never, you can't do it. Oh, like you're a disabled child, you can't do that.
She's not the only one who's winning big and representing our area. We'll have more on that in just a bit.